This week on the Racer X Show, it came down to just 3 points, and the #1 plate has a new home. GNCC ATV can't get any closer. We'll show you why. Endurocross has a new leader and two-time winner. MotoGP crowns its premier class champ, and chalk up another one for good old US of A. We've got another World Championship. Plus, Monster Energy Cup is coming up, and more. Hello and welcome to the Racer X Show, presented by Chaparral Motorsports. I'm Greg. Thanks for joining us here on our racing highlight and news show. We'll answer some questions like, who can win a world championship at 44 years old? And why should I always fight for every point I can get? Also, we talked to JCR Honda's Johnny Campbell about some exciting news. This show is packed, so let's do this thing.
The Racer X Show with Greg White is being presented by Chaparral Motorsports. Visit Chaparral Motorsports online at chapmoto.com.
We're going to start you off with the #1 soap opera of the weekend. It's called As the Wheel Turns, starring Jared Mees, Brian Smith, and Jake Johnson. Where Johnson needed a miracle, Smith needed a win, and Mees, well, he just needed to stay the course. All during the final round of the AMA Pro Flat Track season to decide who would wear the #1 plate in 2015. And yup, 3 points decided the winner. To the video. Number 9, Rogers Racing Las Vegas Harley-Davidson Jared Mees on the outside of row 1 knew all he needed to do was finish 7th or better if number 42 Villa Esparza Crosley Radio's Brian Smith won the race. But Mees told me before the weekend that he wanted to win, and off the start it looked like he might do that with a great launch. And on the exit of turn 2 on the first lap, it was the two would-be champs going after it, the 9 versus the 42. But that would be all the challenge anyone had for Smith. He'd rely on things out of his control to win the title. The race spread out, with Mees settling into a comfortable #1 plate winning 4th. And when the flag flew, Smith with his 5th win of the year, but the big bonus goes to Mees. The outgoing champ Baker with a podium, and wild card champion contender Johnson as well. But Mees is the man of the year, his 2nd Grand National Championship.
Yeah, you know, it was a heck of a day, and I knew coming in here Brian was going to be one of the toughest guys, and you know, I just rode hard actually, man. It's the best I felt in Pomona, and I wanted to win. I put it all out there, and then in the main event, I kind of started racing Brian a little bit, and then Brad came in the mix, and I just went, man, I just want to be alone. I just want to be by myself, and just kind of rode pretty conservative, and kind of knew where I needed to be, and I felt like I just rode it smart, really.
Big congratulations to Mees as we look at confirmation of that close battle between friends. 6 lead changes throughout the season. I can't wait to see what happens next year. Middle of last week, JGR MX Yamaha had a press conference in North Carolina to announce the arrival of Motocross Supercross star Justin Barcia. What makes this so interesting for Barcia and for us is this. The 22-year-old Bam Bam, who won 2 Supercross races his rookie 2013 season on a CRF 450R, has spent the last 10 years on Hondas, from mini cycles all the way up to 450s. So yeah, this is a big change. And having been out with an ankle injury most of the summer, we've learned that Barcia will make his debut on the YZ 450F this weekend at the Monster Energy Cup in Las Vegas. You know, the Monster Energy Cup, a chance to win $1 million, and it has that cool, funky start, a track designed by the GOAT, Ricky Carmichael, 2 directions to choose from. If you don't know, get a load of this video. Now, if you can't make it, check it out on the Boob Tube, live on Fox Sports 2, Saturday, October 18th, 9 p.m. East, 6 p.m. Pacific. Fox Sports 1 will re-air on Sunday, the 19th, 1 p.m. East, 10 a.m. Pacific. Now, it's going to make it on the big Papa Fox network. They're going to offer a 90-minute Monster Energy Cup encore presentation Sunday, October 26th, following NFL football in most markets. Check your local listing. The penultimate round of the 2014 AMSOIL Grand National Cross Country Series presented by Maxxis set the stage for a dramatic season finale as both the XC1 Pro and XC2 Pro-Am ATV championships sit tied with 1 round remaining. NFAB and Pro Yamaha's Walker Fowler captured his 6th victory of the season at ITP Powerline Park. With only 5 points separating 5-time GNCC champ Chris Borich and Fowler, the focus was on those two. The duo didn't disappoint, delivering an exciting battle in St. Clairsville, Ohio. By the end of lap 1, Fowler and Borich found their way to the front, setting a blistering pace early on, where they opened up a 2-minute gap on 3rd place by the 2nd lap. Fowler and Borich were inseparable throughout the first half of the 4-lap race, but things slowly began to fall apart for the defending champ around the halfway point, where he was forced to remove his goggles due to the muddy conditions, losing a contact lens in the process. Borich had no choice but to slow his pace and drop off the battle for the win, which would be all Fowler to the flag. Despite the vision issues, Borich salvaged valuable points with 2nd place overall, but the winner interview goes to Walker Fowler.
I'm having the best rides of my life, and they couldn't come at a better time, but I don't know. This is, we're riding this train all the way to Ironman, I can tell you that.
Fowler's victory not only tied up the championship points, but it was perhaps a breakthrough in the young racer's career as the first big shakeup in the XC1 ATV Championship in over 2 decades of GNCC racing. And it came down to the final moments of the 2-hour race where Richardson appeared to have the win, but the Yamaha rider got stuck behind a lapper and going past in the final corners to take the checkers. And just like XC1, points up top are all tied up, both classes set for a winner-takes-all shootout in Crawfordsville, Indiana in a couple weeks' time. Factory Beta and Stillwell performance back Cody Webb took a decisive win in Salt Lake City's inaugural Round 5 of the AMA Geico Endurocross event over the weekend. Now, the win was Webb's 2nd after taking the 1st round in Las Vegas and puts him in his Beta 2-stroke 300 in the points lead. In the main event, Factory Husqvarna's Mike Brown started strong, grabbing the next entire 500 hole shot. Brown began to pull away early, taking Webb, Factory Red Bull KTM's Taddy Blazusiak, and Factory FMF KTM Off-Road's Taylor Roberts with him. Last week's winner and co-points leader going into the race, Rockstar JCR Honda's Colton Haker went down and started the first full lap of racing in dead last. By lap 4, Webb applied serious pressure to Brown, who had a slight bobble in the woodpile. Webb attacked and went to the front by lap 5. And that would be all she wrote. Cody Webb with the win. Taddy Blazusiak with a solid 2nd, keeping his eye on the prize, saying it's the championship he's after. So with 5 of 8 in the books, it's still any man's game at this point. With Blazusiak focused on the championship, things are going to get very interesting. You just saw Colton Haker, who's 3rd in the Endurocross Championship, who rides for the JCR Honda team. And now we want to welcome the owner of JCR Honda, Johnny Campbell. Welcome to the Racer X Show, man. Good to have you on here. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good. It's good to be here. Thanks for having me on today.
Absolutely. So, Johnny, looking at your resume, it's pretty extensive. I mean, there's Score Desert Series, 24-hour off-road World Endurance, AMA. Tell me about, about you and your team and what's it all about.
Well, this year we're really focusing on 2 different series. One is the GNCC, which is a new series for the JCR Honda team. Chris Box, our rider over there. And then the other series we're concentrating on is the one you introduced, which is the Endurocross series with Colton Haker.
Now, one of the reasons for this call is because we have some inside information here at the Racer X Show that in the final round of the GNCC series, which is October 25th and 26th, Ironman in Crawfordsville, Indiana, that you have a couple of special riders coming. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Well, yeah, the final round is always something special. There's a lot of spectators and quite a bit of hype, and usually it's an event that some of the European riders would like to come over and ride and test their skills at GNCC. So I had an email from Alex Salvini, the world champion. He was very interested in coming over, and so I lined up one of our test bikes on the East Coast for him to borrow, and we're going to help host him at this event. And also we're going to have the Icelandic champion, Kari Johnson, which I met him this summer with Cameron Steele and myself. We did a ride in Iceland called the Rip to Iceland. And Kari was one of our hosts, and he really good dude, and he wanted to come over and try GNCC, so just made some arrangements for him to come over, and we'll put some gas in his bike, and we'll see how he does.
What does this say to the future of your program? What do you want to do for the future? Is this just a one-off thing for these two guys, or is this a prelude to what's going to happen?
Well, you know, I think it's an opportunity for us to build some relationships with some champions, and I think that you know, if there's an opportunity for those guys to come over and ride with us in the future, it's a good way to break the ice and get them introduced to GNCC. And I think that you know, we'll see what happens in the future. I'm not going to promise anything, but you know, I know Alex is very interested in it, as well as Kari. So we're going to have fun this round, and also it's going to be a breast cancer awareness round, so you'll see a lot of pink.
Awesome, awesome. Well, Johnny, thanks for joining us here on the Racer X Show. We certainly appreciate it. And good luck to your entire team at both GNCC, the last round, and of course, Colton Haker in Endurocross. And we look forward to having you on sometime in the future.
Okay, thanks, Greg. It was really fun to be here. Thank you.
October 12th might seem a little early to be declaring the 2014 MotoGP World Champion, but let's give it to Repsol Honda's Marc Marquez. With 11 of 15 wins so far, the Spaniard becomes the youngest Premier Class back-to-back champion at 21 years and 237 days old, snatching that honor from the great Mike Halewood. Congratulations to Marquez and the entire group at HRC. But as for the race itself, well, that honor goes to a resurgent Jorge Lorenzo on the Movistar Yamaha team. His teammate Valentino Rossi beating out Dani Pedrosa, which results in Rossi and Pedrosa tied for second. So bragging rights and perhaps some big bonus money on the line for P2. And on the other side of the age spectrum, congratulations to 44-year-old Californian Greg Hancock. Hancock took his third FIM World Speedway Championship on Sunday. And if you've never seen Greg or Speedway, check this out.
Once you get on, once you get on, once you get on top, once you get on, once you get on top, once you get on, once you get on top, once you get on, once you get on top, once you get on, once you get on.
Right here on RacerTV.com, we're putting up the entire season of the Mountain Dew ATV MX National Championship. We've already posted 6 of 10 shows, and Thursday we're posting up a couple more. Now rounds 6 and 7. 22 minutes and 30 seconds of commercial-free ATVs like this.
Cal's going to give him some money for that. Look who has inherited second. Same time that Brown got Rastrelli. Chad Wienen got around Hagsma. Moto finish this year is 5th and trying to work on a 4th now. So the lucky number 13 has got it. Time. Here comes Chad Wienen to make his life miserable. And they celebrate on the podium. For everyone at Racer TV, I'm Jason Wygant. Thanks for watching.
Want to get out and watch some racing? We want you to. The Monster Energy Cup at Sam Boyd Stadium in Las Vegas. Round 6 of the Geico Endurance Series heads to Everett, Washington at Xfinity Arena, both Saturday night. MotoGP heads to Phillip Island, Australia. I love that place. Go see it. And the WMX at Muddy Creek in Bluntville, Tennessee. Catch all the great action live.
The Racer X Show with Greg White is being presented by Chaparral Motorsports. Visit Chaparral Motorsports online at chatmoto.com.
That's it for us now. We hope you enjoyed it. We sure did. Check us out on all of our social media links, Twitter and Instagram. It's at RacerX Show. On YouTube, it's The RacerX Show. Like us, follow us, do all that kind of stuff. And you can follow me personally on Twitter. It's at Greg White. So for the fine crew here at the RacerX Show, presented by Chaparral Motorsports and Racer TV, I'm Greg White. Remember, we are all racing all the time. Bye-bye.